let's take a break from the usual syntax and grammar lectures that we do on this channel and do something fun. Let's take a look at top 10 crazy German expressions. These are figures of speech in German that either make me laugh or make me kind of scratch my head because I don't really understand them. For each one, I'm going to put them up on screen along with their literal translation into English. And I want you to take a moment. You might have heard some of these before if you studied German for any amount of time. But hit the pause button if it's one you've never seen before and try to take a guess just based on the literal translation into English as to what you think it might mean. Let's get into it.
Number 10. Hat Schwein gehabt.
Hey, Mr. Duck, hast du die Neuigkeiten gehört? Heinrich hat ein Lotto-Ticket gekauft. Und weißt du was? Hat Schwein gehabt. Schwein haben literally means to have a pig. That means nothing in English, but it's an old expression in German that means to have a stroke of luck. The origin of this one comes from the Middle Ages. The story I heard is that they used to have competitions like, I don't know, archery competitions or whatever. And as a consolation prize, if you lost, they'd still give you a pig. So it would be like a stroke of luck. Da hast du noch mal wirklich Schwein gehabt. You really got lucky again there, didn't you?
Number 9. Ist ein Pechvogel.
Now the opposite of Schwein haben is Pech haben. Pech means misfortune or bad luck. So, of course, if you say ich hab Pech gehabt, it means I had bad luck, I had misfortune. Great. But there's a related word in German, Pechvogel, literally something like a misfortune bird or a bad luck bird. You can refer to someone as a Pechvogel. It means that that person is very unlucky. Man, Karl hat seinen Arm gebrochen. Seine Freundin hat ihn verlassen. Ist ein echter Pechvogel.
Number 8. Hat ein Kater.
Now there's an unrelated expression in German, ein Kater haben. Kater literally is a male cat, or I guess a tomcat you would say in English. But Kater can also be used to refer to a hangover. I don't know where this one comes from, but you can say, man, ich habe heute Morgen einen riesigen Kater. It doesn't mean you have a huge cat this morning, it means you have a huge hangover.
Number 7. Das geht mir auf den Keks.
Next up, das geht mir auf den Keks. Literally, that walks on my cookies. This is a weird one. About 100 years ago, there was an expression in German, das geht mir auf den Geist, that tramples my spirit. It means that annoys me or that gets to me. Now, some joker came up with a variant of this, that walks on my cookies. It was stupid enough that it was funny and it kind of caught on, and it's still an expression to this day in German. Now, there's another variant of this in modern German, which is das geht mir auf die Nerven. That walks on my nerves. That's much closer to an English expression, that gets on my nerves. It means the same thing.
Number 6. Luftschloss.
Luftschloss, literally an air castle. This in English would be like a pipe dream, or this is a little bit old-fashioned, but you used to be able to say that's pie in the sky. Pie in the sky means something that's just never going to happen. You're dreaming. Now, I don't know where this comes from in German, but I guess the idea of like a castle that you can build in the air, like a castle that floats, is just kind of so stupid that's never going to happen. It's a Luftschloss. Meine Idee ist doch kein Luftschloss. Eines Tages werde ich es schaffen.
Number 5. Treppenwitz.
Treppenwitz, literally a staircase joke. Now, if you speak French, this one might seem vaguely familiar to you because there's an expression in French, l'esprit de l'escalier. And it turns out that this German expression comes directly from that French expression. L'esprit de l'escalier in French means the spirit of the staircase. What are we talking about here? Well, let's say you've had a conversation with someone, and after you've left that conversation, you're leaving the building, you're in the staircase on your way out of the building, you're leaving, and all of a sudden it comes to you, oh man, I should have said that, that would have been perfect, that would have been so witty, that would have been so funny, that would have been directly on point, but I didn't think of it until I got to the staircase. In German, that's a Treppenwitz. Ach, wenn ich das nur gesagt hätte. Leider ist das mir nur als Treppenwitz eingefallen.
Number 4. Sie hat mir einen Korb gegeben.
Sie hat mir einen Korb gegeben. Literally, she gave me a basket. What do you think that one means? This one dates back to olden times, and I believe was also used in a Brothers Grimm story, although I was not able to confirm that. If a girl gives you a basket, it means that she has rejected your advances. She has turned you down. So you can say, ich habe einen Korb bekommen. It means I got rejected. Sie hat mir sehr gefallen, aber sie hat mir einen Korb gegeben. Die Geschichte meines Lebens.
Number 3. Alice in Butter.
Alice in butter. Everything in butter. This goes back to a time when butter was very expensive in Germany, and so if you were rich enough to afford to fry everything you ate in butter, you were doing pretty well. Alice in butter, therefore, means everything's going great. If someone asks you in German, ist alles in Ordnung? Are you okay? You can answer with, ja man, alles in butter. Everything's fantastic.
Number 2. Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
Alright, here's one that's pretty handy for language learners. Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof. Literally, I only understand train station. What this means is that you don't speak a language very well. The implication is that you only understand it well enough to ask where the train station is. There's a rough equivalent to this in English that I've heard many times. It's like, where's the library? It's like the cliche first thing that you learn when you're learning a language. So Spanish, for example, I don't speak a word of Spanish, but I can say, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? You could read that as me saying, like, I don't speak Spanish. I only know enough Spanish to ask where the library is. In German, ich verstehe nur Bahnhof. So if someone asks you, sprechen Sie Französisch? You can say, leider nicht. Nicht wirklich. Ich verstehe nur Bahnhof.
Number 1. Klappe zu, Affe tot.
And my absolute favorite on this list, Klappe zu, Affe tot. Literally, this means close the lid, the monkey's dead. And unfortunately, this is exactly what it sounds like. In the olden days, there were traveling circuses in Germany. And the main attraction, or one of the main attractions, was a little monkey show. A monkey would jump out of a basket and do a little dance or whatever. And people would pay money to see this. But if you opened the basket and the monkey was dead for whatever reason, show's over. The translation into English of Klappe zu, Affe tot is show's over. There's nothing more to discuss here. We're done. It's kind of a horrible expression when you think about it, but the imagery is just so funny, I can't help but laugh. And there you have it, top 10 crazy expressions in German. It was really hard to narrow it down to just 10. There's a bunch of these in the German language. So if you've got a favorite expression in German that you did not see on this list, please post it down in the comments below or shoot me an email. Maybe we can do a follow-up episode with more crazy German expressions. But that'll do it for today, and we will see you next time on Lernen und Fahren.